So the knock on knock, if I can make a terrible dad joke there,
Yeah.
has been in the beginning has been that they're trying to eliminate the agent, which is the same kind of, fear that the industry had with Trulia and Zillow for a number of years. You've veered far away from quote unquote trying to eliminate the agent from the transaction. Talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know that we ever wanted to eliminate the agent. We had in-house agents. So what we were trying to figure out early on, one, we also got confused with iBuyers because no one knew what any of that was. By the way, Power Buy only existed like a year ago. It's actually a helpful bucket because at least it doesn't put us in the iBuying bucket.
Doesn't put you in that open door category.
Yeah. And then these people started to slowly understand the nuance and the difference. Look, we just thought, no, the agent is critical and central to the transaction, but we also needed to control the experience to build the technology and figure out what parts can get automated and what can't. And so we had in-house agents. I think it's at our highest or peak, we had maybe like 17 in-house agents, but it wasn't because we wanted to disintermediate the agent. Because we had agents, it was because we were trying to figure out how to build tech, and we needed to own the entire experience to understand all the pieces and understand how far we could take it and where we would like defer to the agent and for their local expertise. So even early on, when we had in-house agents, we never wanted feet on the ground the way, say, Glenn does with Redfin, because that doesn't scale. Mm-hmm. So what we did was, even though we had our own in-house agents, we never took anyone on a home tour. What we did is we built an agent network, which was Redfin agents and, not Redfin agents because they're W-2, but 1099 agents from Remax or,
so they were compensated 1099.
Yeah, so we would pay them per task. So it'd be like, hey, we need you to go take a customer to see 6 houses on a Sunday. We had already mapped it out. All you need to do is drive them around. You may be a Century 21 agent, but you're just getting paid to do that service where you're not getting any part of the commission. And we built a network of agents doing that, pretty extensive actually, in 5 different markets. And they were all would beg us. We were then doing the trade-in, which was the version where we were buying the new house and then giving it back to the customer. And they were all asking us for, could we do the trade-in for our own customers? And we couldn't figure out the economics because we were monetizing then through the commission. We weren't a lender yet. But we knew eventually we wanted to open up the platform. In order to do that, we were partnering with lenders. We became the lender because then we could control that part of the experience, which, let's face it, is like the gnarliest part, the last mile part. So then we opened up the platform, but fortunately, we decided to do that about 6 or 7 months before COVID. So we'd started actually working on the code because it's a pretty extensive lift from having internal agents where you can share all the data about a customer to having external agents, which you obviously have to silo all the data, right? From each other. So we started building that in earnest 6 months before COVID. So when COVID hit, it was actually perfect timing because when we opened the platform up and we had our first, I can't remember how many, we had our first maybe 100 brokers and several thousand agents in all our markets ready to go. And we had done a lot of D2C marketing. We'd stopped D2C marketing so they wouldn't perceive us as competing with them at the same time. And yeah, it worked out perfectly.
And not a lot of people realize you're in 75 markets, but how many agents you're working with today? So say that number again.
It's about 120,000 now.
120,000.
Changes every day, increases every day. It's about 3. We started going directly to brokers because we have a lot of longstanding relationships. Jamie and I both do from being in the space and trust. And so we work with them to get access to the agents. They effectively vet the program. They then help us, introduce it to the whole brokerage.